And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So I don't know if I ever talked about 2D lists. I know I've talked about lists and their functions, and these things still apply to 2D lists, which we'll be getting into right now. So in case I didn't talk about it, I'm going to talk about it now, but just covering it a little bit, not a lot. So a 2D list, or a two-dimensional list, is basically a list within a list. So we know a list, for example, li, and if we go create a list, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and we print li, and we run it, then as you can see, it's just a normal list. But you can actually create a list within a list. For example, let's create a list with names. So let's say let's create another list inside this list, and everyone inside this list is family. So, and we can say Nicholas, and we can say Jason, and we can say Lily. Now we create another list, and in here, everyone here is family. But all of these are my friends, but they're related to each other. So we can say Harold, James, Katie. Alright, so we've just created a basic list, a basic two-dimensional array or list. So if you want to make this easier to read, you can always just do this, because it doesn't matter in Python how it looks. And as you can see, it's just a list within a list. Here is one of my friends list, and everyone here, they are related to each other. This is Nicholas Cage, Jason Cage, Lily Cage, and this is Harold Bamboo, and this is James Bamboo, and this is Katie Bamboo. They're all my friends, but they're related. Another way you can look at a 2D list is numbers. For example, 1, 2, 3, and then underneath it you can go to 4, 5, 6. And if you wanted, you can use 1, 2, 3 again. It doesn't really matter, but let's, for the sake of it, say 7, 8, and 9. Now this is actually how you can make a tic-tac-toe game, by creating a list within a list, or this is how I would do it, and then naming and then giving them numbers from 1 to 3. So then you just created your own board, where these are the rows and these are the columns. And the same thing would go if you print it, then you just basically get lists within a list. You can also create another list within a list, but then it wouldn't be a 2D list anymore, then it would just be a multi-dimensional list. So then you can like create a list within a list if you wanted to, but that's a little bit difficult. We're just talking about this. And if you want to get a specific list within this list, let's say you want to get this middle list right here, we can say 1, because it's 0, 1, 2. And then it's going to return the middle list. So as you can see, here's the middle one, it'll return that one. Now if you want something within this list, you can just go here and add another square bracket, and let's say we want 6. So we can just go -1 because it's in the last index. As you can see, it returned 6. Of course, if you're going to add another list, for example, around this, and we say 78 and 99, then it's going to return a list and not that number anymore. So if we were to return this, then as you can see, it's a list within a list. We had that. Then it's going to return that list within a list, and then we have to add another one right here. Let's say we want to get the first one, then we can go 0, and they will return 6. So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend going deeper than a list within a list if you're a beginner, but now you know about them and how they work. If you want to loop through a list and like print everything out, what you can do is you can say, let's just remove this extra list, call that 6. Then what you can do is you can create a for loop, and you can say for row in li, and you can print the row if you wanted to, and then you can go for column in row, print column. I spelled column incorrectly, but it's fine. Then let's quickly see what happens. So here it prints out the row we're getting, because remember this is a row. So here's a row, and then it's printing out what's inside of that row. That is the column. It's printing what's inside of that column. And then it's going to show us what's in the next row, and it's going to print that out. So it's just a way you can remove the row if you wanted to and just print everything out from 1 to 9. So yeah. Thank you for watching. That's actually all I wanted to show you, just the very bare basics of columns and stuff like that. And 2D arrays or lists. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and see you all in the next video.